Hello and welcome back to the channel, friends. It is good to be here and I hope you're doing well. Today we return to the mystifying world of GUG and we're using your recommendations to create interesting and strong combinations. Now, my original plan was to do a themed run here today featuring Marvel and DC based characters. However, once embarking upon that video, I quickly realized that a lot of those characters are just plain broken. What I mean by broken is broken to the point where you can't even record a video because the game is crashing so often. So I figured, why not do another comment or recommendation run? I still have many lists here. I can do that while I sort of formulate my next plan for my next themed run. So we're gonna hop on in here today, my friends. Smash the like button if you're liking the GUG. Become a subscriber if you're new here. Keep the recommendations coming in the comments field, and I thank you so much. So without further ado, let's go. So let's drag into the new game slots. Let's generate some zones. Let's build some encounters, and of course, what you're all here to see, let's GUG some GUGs. So we find ourselves in the Guggle Gum Field, a sticky field filled with entrapping, stretchy flora. Gum-like, for sure. But most importantly, we get the amniotic pool. So let's kick things off here. And what is our first transcendence going to be? You're probably wondering. We're going to use a nickname of a commenter in a few of my GUG videos. That is Mr. Fingers. So shout out to you, Mr. Fingers. Thanks for your support. We're bringing you on the field here today. And what do we have? So we have a Fingalorp. Randomly poke an enemy GUG with unsettling vibrations. Sounds quite fitting. I imagine sort of the long finger of the GUG, giving you an aggressive poke maybe in your side or perhaps sternum, really getting your attention. And on the field we have a Prelo, spawn an edible flower opposite this GUG. Alright, so let's see. When he enters battle, he's going to be just uber poking people. So let's see what happens. This creature is poked with unsettling vibrations. Hilarious. Alright, great. Well, Mr. Fingers, you are a suitable warrior for the cause. So let's get you out there. Got the edible flower on the field. It's quickly dispatched up by the GUG, and let's grind some currency. Absolutely got 22 in the coffers. And let's see, let's let our regular GUG do combat here. So Mr. Fingers can, well, actually, Mr. Fingers does not help us grind currency, because there's an edible flower in the way. However, Mother Morila smiles and we're victorious. Let's go. And let's do a little shopping. I think if we're going to have success here, we need Mr. Fingers to be our champion. So let's go ahead and let's get another GUG. Looks like we have a sword. Let's grab this. Boost that attack up and onward we go. All right, we got some more of these Prelos. So let's get Mr. Fingers in there with his poking prowess. We have an edible flower effectively blocking the field. So I think what I'll do is we'll grind some currency here with Mr. Fingers. Let's bump him over. Let's get another GUG in his place. Win that combat there. Another edible flower comes in the field, but it's not a problem for us. It's edible after all. He probably does. Take it and eat it, I suppose. Another victorious round, and back into the amniotic pool we find ourselves. So we have a GUG with 8 HP here. This is our target to transcend for sure. And what are we going to go with? You're probably wondering. Alright, we're going to do It's Over 9,000. Really curious to see what this makes. And what do we have? We have a Quanta Blug. When it enters battle, multiply this GUG's attack by 9 if health is over 5. On cooldown phase, reduce all damage dealt to this GUG by 2. Well, that's quite nice. It sounds quite strong. A pretty good compliment to Mr. Fingers and co. Let's go. Alright, so first and foremost, let's verify that this effect actually works. So of course, Quanta Blug is above 5 HP. So we should get plus 9 attack, but of course we're going to find out. In fact, we got a pretty strong attacker in the field. Spawn Sticky Rain that slows all GUGs. Let's get you out there. Oh yeah, you bet. Except for it's not plus 9, it's more like... I mean, it was at 4, so plus 32. was the increase there. Alright, Mr. Fingers, you're going to have to take a hit for the team here. Do your best, pal. Alright, we got 2 enemies coming on the field. So let's get Mr. Fingers back. In fact, let's get them both back. Keep Quanta Blug out there for now. Alright, we got a Poo Blue. Alright, we're going to be reducing attack. We actually have a pretty good counter to that with Quanta Blug. 5 HP. Hitting for 3. Alright, Mr. Fingers, we need you, buddy. Even though our attack's getting debuffed, not ideal, but it's kind of like, what do you do? Alright, battle is won. I feel like there was a recent update to this game or something, because some of the graphical elements are just a little bit different. So let's go ahead and get you. I think Quanta Blug is the key to our success. Nothing personal, Mr. Fingers. You know how it goes, buddy. Or we got a Mush Lob. Let's just take the regular GUG and get back out there. Alright, we're at the Geltern Abyss. Oceanic trench glowing with bioluminescent primordial ooze. It's quite descriptive. So we should see some archaic and primordial type GUGs here. Moonlit terrain. Okay. Well, most importantly, onto the amniotic pool. And let's see, what are we gonna do? Alright, so we're gonna do... let's do antimatter. It's a cool term, it's a cool expression. So let's see what it does. We get a Matrone or a Matron. When it's destroyed, it destroys all GUGs on the battlefield, gaining their attack and health. So this is either when it destroys something or it gets destroyed. Hard to interpret exactly what this destroy means. But if it gets destroyed, how is it going to absorb attack and health? Could it be a very, very strong one, or it could be an absolutely devastating one? I guess we're going to have to find out. First, let's get Quanta Blug out there. Tank that hit. 324 attack. And Matrone. I mean, I feel like we're kind of playing with the nuclear code here for sure. Let's call on him when we need him. We have a glowing star on the field. Who's summoning the glowing star? Alright, so we're going to need him now. So let's see. I think we're playing with fire here. This is part of the fun. I mean, we need Mr. Fingers grinding some HP for sure. So let's see what happens after combat ensues. Alright, so the whole field did not get wiped, which is good. So it must be when he is destroyed. I don't know if he gets, like, revived or what happens exactly, but at least we have a serviceable attacker out there helping us out, doing some good things. We've got these glowing stars that's getting absolutely nuked. And looks like Matrone got nuked as well. Okay, well, rip Matrone, I suppose. That's not great. Let's get Quanta Blug out there to increase the attack even further. And Mr. Fingers with his pokey fingers gets out there as well. Wins that fight, however, Mr. Fingers has been weakened greatly. So we're going to have to find a solution. Maybe I look into at least one of the ones that kind of sounds like a healer here, I suppose. I've got a couple of them. And it looks like we got the black screen of death. So we might have locked up. So let me check this out. I'll be right back. Alright, my friends, so we are back. I'm not exactly sure what happened. It seems like maybe when the Matrone died, it caused a stoppage or a blockage or some coding error that crashed us. Then I reloaded the game and now we're back here. We're going to have to do that fight again. I think the mission is don't let Matrone die. Otherwise, we're looking at a crash. Anyways, let's jump back in. Let's go. Hard to explain, of course. So Reguloid, create a glowing star besides this GUG, giving it +2 attack. Alright. So Quantablug. Get in there, you're gonna have to kind of tank this, I suppose. I don't think Matrone can die because it really messes up the game when that happens. Alright, let's use the glowing star to our advantage. While we simply just grind HP. What does this guy do? Okay. Yeah, so I'm not sure what effect that was last time that killed all of my GUGs. But obviously, something happened, and I think it was obviously driven by Matrone. It had to have been. Alright, so we got a couple of Barfloos. These guys are hitting for 6. So let's move the glowing star over. Let's get you back, Quantablug. It's gonna force me to summon them, isn't it? And it summons them right there. Okay. Well, that's not where I wanted him to go, but what do you do? I mean, Matrone should not fall in battle. But then again, he didn't fall in battle last time either. Alright, let's get you out there. It's not ideal, but I tried to pull Mr. Fingers back. And Mr. Fingers took a big hit there. I guess I'm not exactly sure why. Alright, so regular GUG. I mean, I guess you have to tank. You have to tank one of these hits. And we have to go with Matrone. Alright, so he does hang in there at least. We do lose a regular GUG, but Matrone hangs in there. And I guess it's good to know that I can at least use him in battle, but all kinds of goofy stuff happening here today. Wouldn't be another episode of GUG if we didn't experience some goofiness. Alright, so we need Quantablug, and we need them bad. We need them all propped up. Probably get all of these healing potions with them. Probably enlist another one of these GUGs. Need something to transcend. We got a Goopanep. And 160 is too rich for my blood. So onward we go. In another fight, we got a Gluglardian. All GUGs on the battlefield ooze a glowing goop, reducing their damage by half this round. This round, I hope it's not a permanent thing. So Quantablug, get out there and impress me. And I think, we have to go with Matrone. I don't like messing with this one. This one's like nuclear, right? It's just like a waiting black hole. It's gonna crash the game. Let's pull you back. Let's use you to grind some currency. Levatosaur. Okay, so he's hitting for 8, which is a steep amount. Ugh. Alright. Gotta throw you out there, and maybe we can look at more of a healing-based one. Gonna need something. We got 3 of them coming on the field now. So this really isn't good. Alright, it's one of these Goopaneps. Each GUG has a 50% chance to get a random positive or negative effects. They're hitting for 4. Alright, so we can actually take this out. Without sacrificing Quantablug. We just don't want to do it. Alright, so we're going to get all either buffed up or debuffed. Yeah, all kinds of things going on. Each time one of these guys are summoned, of course. My goodness. Poisoned, boosted. All of these different effects. Alright, so this Goopanep survives. He's got 4.5 HP left. Hitting for 3.5. Alright, not Mr. Fingers. Quantablug, we need ya. Mr. Fingers, you already did your part, and you did great, buddy. You did great. Alright, there we go. We win a very close one, and our team is continuing to just whittle down. And of course, we have the ticking time bomb that is Matrone. I have a feeling if Matrone dies, then it's going to crash again. So I need to avoid that at all costs, essentially. But into the amniotic pool, let's get something that can just bail us out in a big way. Hopefully. Alright, so, Goopanep. Get transcended. With your 9.5 HP, which is pretty good. Let's see. How about God of Healing? Sounds like a healer to me. Heliodra. Double the healing effect on this GUG when it receives a heal. On cooldown, give all allied GUGs 1 health. On cooldown. Okay, so I think that's an effect that works from the bench. I mean, it's pretty good. It affects all of our GUGs, which is great. However, this first wave is going to be pretty important to try to stave off while we build some HP. Spawn a slime GUG with random stats. Okay, so he's going to be spawning. Shoot a slime bullet at a random enemy GUG. So who can actually take this hit? Nobody can. So we're going to have to take some direct damage here. So Heliodra, get out there. Hey, how about this? Hey, this is great. This is great. We'll take that. I don't think it's intended for us, but we get a bunch of allied slimes thanks to the Glorum. The answer's yes, and is the healing effect working? Well, Quanta Blug still has 1 HP, so maybe not. Nope, don't do it. I guess since it's going to force me to put him on the field. I wanted to rotate him right there. A Heliodra, let's get you over. 2.06. Let's get you up. Something like this, I mean. Getting all these random slimes on the field is quite the benefit to us, for sure. Right, Slimeon. I think Quanta Blug can remain right there. Either that or... Seems like he's getting healed now, which is interesting. This guy's hitting for 8, which is a gigantic hit. Heliodra has to take him on. This guy's hitting for 3. Olive oil guy. Mr. Fingers. I'll call upon you again. Do my bidding, Mr. Fingers. Let's do this so you get +2. Let's go. The slippery olive oil. And that shows up on our side of the field as well. I mean, we'll take it. It's a meat shield after all, and we got some healing across the board going on, which is great. That's what you want to see. Heliodra is actually doing a great job. Keeping everybody nice and propped up. And our side of the field is actually filling up. We're boosting stats. The God of Healing is great. Alright, slippery olive oil, man. In fact, it's pretty much made Quanta Blug indestructible. Heliodra is going to do combat with the Glorum yet again. And it's all good because we have meat shields for days. Absolutely. Let's keep going. Seems like Heliodra's effect takes place when it's on the field. I thought for a moment it would proc off on the bench, but that is not the case, clearly. But it looks like we're going to turn in a victory here. Quite nice. Alright, the battle has been won. Its gears finally froze, and Zibby Pip's workshop lay forgotten, covered in dust, with the last clockwork GUG rusting away in the corner. Never ends well for the GUGs, does it? But we do turn in a winner, and let's hop on into another one. Got plenty of recommendations left, that is for certain. Alright, so let's try. Somebody came up with a very unique one that we're going to lead with here today. This one is Vertebrazer. Not even sure that's a real thing. Kind of sounds like a weapon or something from another game, perhaps. Not sure what a Vertebrazer is, but it sounds cool. And what do you know? We get a distinct and unique Vertebrazorix. When it enters battle, cut 3 enemy GUGs attack in half. On cooldown, restore full attack to the GUGs. Okay, so when it enters battle, it's debuffing attack, and then it's giving it back. But it's reasonable to think that in this game, they're not going to get the attack restored to them. In fact, it might even affect all GUGs. Who knows? We got a singer GUG. Sing a captivating song that confuses all enemy GUGs. Alright, so let's see if this works. It does. Okay, cool. Alright, so Vertebrazer. Very, very good. I mean, if we can debuff them down to where they don't do any damage to us, I think that's obviously ideal. So let's get the regular GUG out there because we want to utilize Vertebrazorix effect. But I also need to grind some currency as well. Alright, that was a good round. Would have been nice to get just a little bit more cash going into the shop, though. But that's alright. We got Vertebrazorix. Very much the key to our early game success. So let's go ahead and get him a potion and a sword and move on. Alright, we got Geraldine. Amidst a captivating song, stunning the nearest enemy GUG. Alright, well, let's do some combat. Bang. Alright, Geraldine falls. Looks like this one gets debuffed as well. So let's throw the regular GUG out there to do some combat. And get you back out there. And as I suspected, the attack value is not being returned to the GUGs. I mean, it might be a fun little debuffing kit that we can put together here. Maybe I'll target another one that, at least in name, will debuff. I guess we'll find out. We have an amniotic pool to kind of test a few things out right now. So let's go ahead and get that done. Drag the GUG to the pool. And let's see, what do we want to do? What do we want to do? That is the question. Let's go with... Not that this would necessarily debuff. Well... I mean, I've got one here on the list that literally says... debuffer. And that's kind of what we're looking for, so let's go with it. Debuffer. Make me proud. What do we got? We got a Sludgeon. Choose an enemy GUG. Decrease its attack and health by 2 each. Now, the choose an enemy GUG is terrifying to me because that is what crashed my Marvel episodes, right? It simply just did. The whole selecting another GUG function, it doesn't let you select. It simply just freezes your screen. So I'm not too thrilled about that, to be honest. I guess we'll play around with it. We'll see if it works. But yeah, it'd be fun to kind of mess around with just mass debuffs, like just reducing the enemy's attack to 0. I guess let's try it out. Okay, it debuffed Vertebrazorix, it seems like. Alright, so Sludgeon is a little goofy for sure. But we can still win with it. At least for now. At least for now, we can still win with it. Alright, so he's debuffed to 0. Which is good. We can grind some more currency for the shop. Gotta buy another GUG anyways. We actually just might not have the cash. Yeah, other GUGs aren't even showing up for me. Yikes. Into the amniotic pool. Let's go. I think what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and transcend Sludgy on here. I don't trust the effect. Right? You gotta have trust. Let's go with Regenerator. Right, we got Regalure. Regenerate 2 health during the cooldown phase. Not bad. We'll take that. So we got a Regenerator 1 and a Debuffer 1. I mean, a very good Debuffer 1. Cutting attack by health permanently is quite nice. We got a coolish Dungeon Glob. Scour the battlefield to reveal hidden treasures. It's going to hit for 3. So let's get you out there and then let's debuff your attack, obviously. Now it's going to be a net positive. Vertebrasaurus, let's move him back. The field is populated with the next crop of GUGs. Massive attack debuff. You love to see that. It's a pretty good one. Alright, so let's see. This guy's going to hit for 5. Alright, so I will opt to take the direct hit here. Kitron, summon a historian cat to tell tales of the ancient past. Got a murder. Alright, so let's get you over there. Let's get Vertebrasaurus out there to just debuff the field. I'm going to take another direct hit, yes. And we got the historian cat on our side. How about that? Alright, so we kind of need the shop. We don't kind of need it. We desperately need it. Gotta buy some potions for sure. And could really use another GUG. Alright, here we go. Nice, cheap shop. So, Vertebrasaurus. Get that. Get the attack buff, sure. Get the GUG. And get the additional potion as well. A timely shop phase. And back out there, we got a Cthulhu Morph. Moonlit Tendrils, pulling all enemy GUGs one space closer. Or Glubium. Alright, well this one's pretty straightforward. Let's go ahead and debuff the attack. And get our Regenerator out there. Okay, wait a minute. So what happened there? So he took agency of my GUGs. And then they banded together to defeat Mother Morula. Quite tragic. And eventually the currents stilled and the fountain became silent, leaving behind a dry, cracked basin. Well, that was unforeseen for sure. That was very unforeseen. I did not see that coming. But that is the game of GUG here, my friends. So let's hop on into another one. I've got plenty more recommendations. But like I've already mentioned, you know, keep them coming. Keep them coming in the comment section below. I think I could refresh some of these recommendations for sure. So keep them coming. So let's start afresh and let's hope we get a nice, strong one. I've had one that I've been curious about. How about Morula's favorite? Alright, we got a Morulifera. Morulifera. When it enters battle, randomly alter either health or attack within a set range. End of round, give a random buff to neighboring friendly GUGs. Now, if only buffing actually worked, right? Might be a pretty good one. We got a Puffulon. Turning all GUGs to mist form. All right, let's see what happens here. 8 and 13 is the stats. 8 and 14.71. Okay, so it's going up at least. So I obviously want to keep slingshotting this guy into battle, back and forth. Let's grind some currency. All right, so we went down in HP that time, I suppose. I mean, it's random, right? So it's doing what is advertised. And it looks like it is buffing up. Okay. So that's, I mean, it's kind of a wild card. Just a bit of a wild card, but it works, I suppose. So let's go ahead and get another GUG. Let's get a sword, a potion. The typical things. Let's go. Alright, we got a stink sock. Emit a pungent smell that dazes the opposing GUG. Alright, so let's go ahead and I think we gotta throw our tank out there, right? Alright, he got an attack bonus that time, which is nice. And let's see if this buffing effect. Yeah, alright, so he's buffing my allies. Can't really complain about that, can I? So let's bump you over. Get you back out there. And that buffing effect. Yeah, you bet. Okay, so he's buffing attack, it does appear. Quite nice. I mean, we've definitely had some worse ones, haven't we? Alright, so we got a goopy amorphous glob. I wanted to do biblically accurate angel, but that's not gonna fit, unfortunately. And I don't really know how to, like, word craft that into a way to say it. I think it's pretty well stated already. So that's not gonna work very good. Let's see, what else do I have here? How about Life Drinker? Let's see what that does. Looks like the game's thinking about this one. Right, we got a Sanguinib. 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 We're going to say that that second G is silent. Sanguinib. Gain health equal to the damage dealt to opponents. Okay, that's quite nice. In fact, downright overpowered if he gets decent attack, right? In fact, we do have one that will boost his attack. Okay, never mind. We don't anymore. Looks like we've been transformed. Okay, well, cancel that. The ivory days are over here, my friends. So we're going to have to strongly resort to this fellow here. Equal to the damage dealt to opponents. Although this effect procs off when it receives damage. I guess we'll have to monitor. Okay, never mind. His effect still seems to be working. Well, it's another day in the world of GUG. Is it not, my friends? It is. Yeah, his effect's still working for sure. Alright, so he's gaining HP. Let's see, does he leech HP? It's hard to say. Pertway. Alright, so 10 HP, took a hit there. He's got 7. Gains attack. Yeah, hard to exactly say what's going on. I mean, it just is. Like, what do you do? It looks like we have the black screen of death yet again. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, my friends, so a lot like last time, it looks like it rolled us back. Not exactly sure what happened, but let's try not to replicate what, occurred in the last battle. For whatever reason, it gave us the black screen of death. Moving onward in the Fuzzle Front Forest, let's go. Alright, so let's try this again. I guess I don't really know. Unless it's confused because this isn't supposed to have abilities, but it does. I guess I don't know. Guess we'll see. We'll see how this one wraps up. Let's move you over and you over. Sanguinib. Alright, battle 1. Excellent. So let's see. Do we get out of there in one piece? Hey, nice. We do. What do you know? Alright, so let's go ahead and purchase you. You bet. I was really kind of skeptical. So let's get this guy who actually buffs. Let's get him going. Let's get you the attack bonus. And onward. Alright, Blink Chasm Belch. Chasm where flashes of light reveal stomach-like walls. It's like you're in the belly of the beast or the belly of a whale, perhaps. But into the amniotic pool we go. And let's see, we got a Blorple. Let's transcend him. And let's see. So some time ago, somebody asked me to try John Wick. So let's do John Wick. We got a Wickling. Gain +1 attack for each enemy GUG when it enters battle. End round. Reduces GUG's health by 1 if it has not attacked. So it's all about attacking. Cool looking GUG there. It's like metallic in nature. Awesome. Alright, so it could be the strong attacker, the frontline force that I feel like we kind of need. Alright, so let's see. +1 attack. Unless maybe it has to be on the field, I suppose. Maybe. We got a ragtag band, right? We got a hodgepodge. We have a bunch of random GUGs for sure. But I kind of like this team that we put together so far. And that's certainly the fun of GUGing some GUGs with your recommendations, right? So keep those recommendations coming. Shadow Luma. Abyssus. Alright, it's going to challenge our vision. Alright, John Wick, you're supposed to be like just totally BA. Now he does have 13 attack, which is pretty nice. But we need to do better. Kind of whittling down on HP across the board, but the battle is won. Got a little more currency, can pop on into the shop. And let's see, who needs the most propping up? I think this one's pretty good. I do like John Wick, though. So let's go ahead and get John Wick some healing potions. Suppose we could use one of these. Just another GUG to transcend. Gotta be careful with John Wick. Alright, so 5 and 7. Be nice if John Wick just spent a little bit of time and... Nope, don't do that. Okay, so John Wick gets sacked because I tried to put him on the bench, but it just didn't let me. And you saw that, right? Like, I tried my best. had my cursor all the way down here. Didn't let me. John Wick gets out on the field and he's about to get wrecked. Not good. Not intentional, but sometimes these things happen, my friends. Although this was avoidable. Yeah, that was a miscalculation by yours truly, and we lose 2 powerful GUGs in that round there. Not good. Let's grind some stats, and we got a Blorzan. Blue light radiates, then obliterates a random enemy GUG. Yikes. He's got 8 HP, so I think our regular GUG has to do it. And it looks like, yeah, that one that we just bought got obliterated. So that effect works as advertised, I suppose. So let's pull you back just to grind a little bit more HP, and let's see what we have. Reducing its attack by 3 when it enters. Spectral skeleton to fight alongside of you. Alright, so we can win some of these fights. Well, I mean, we can win these fights. So let's do you here. You there. We got a spectral skeleton on our side. That's, I mean, we'll certainly take it. Unfortunately, yeah, that's about it. Unsolvable. The meta GUGs lost coherence, dissolving into incohesive neural synapses, fading from both knowledge and memory within Zytel halls. Interesting. Kind of a fitting end to the madness in this one. This was a pretty goofy episode. We had a few crashes, got a few real strong ones, got a few questionable ones, got a few ones where, you know, the effect didn't quite work as advertised. And then we got a few ones where the effects still continued to work even after the GUG had changed shape. But of course, that is the game of GUG for ya. It is a demo, I do remind you. And I know the dev team is working hard on this one. You know, it's planned to release here, I do believe, in Q1 of this year. So I'm really excited to see how GUG continues to develop and grow. And obviously the library of GUGs has grown quite a bit, right? So I'm quite interested to see how this game continues to grow because, you know, it's super unique. It's super interesting. And I think there's a lot of potential here with this game. And obviously, I like playing the GUG here on the channel, and, you know, if you enjoy watching, then smash that like button. Would greatly appreciate that. If you are new here and still hanging out toward the end of the video, then please consider becoming a subscriber as well. We're coming out with fun content on the regular, so if you like that in a content creator, I definitely gotcha. Stay tuned for future uploads, and I appreciate it. I think I'll be bringing you a themed run next. Just have to figure out what theme I want to use. Like I said, I had originally planned on Marvel DC. Well, that's not going to work. You saw the black screen of crashing death here. Well, that was just a small snippet of what I experienced with the Marvel run, so it's just not feasible at this current point in time, but it'll be a fun run for the future for sure, maybe after the full release is out. So with that said, my friends, I'm going to get on out of here. Thanks again so much. I do appreciate it, and I'll be catching you in the next video. Thanks a lot.